link?
Yeah, can you copy paste it to the account?
I pasted there. I said.
You enter. Just enter. Okay, that first one. उसको copy paste.
कर दिया मैंने पेस्ट भेज दिया
Everyone's got it? All right. So the translation is, now that I have surrendered all I possess, I fall prostrate before your house. You are the Supreme Lord. Kindly consider me your household dog. Chain me nearby and maintain me as you will. I shall remain at your doorstep and allow no enemies to enter your house. I will keep them at the bounds of the moat surrounding your home. Whatever remnants your devotees leave behind after honoring your prasad will be my daily sustenance. I will feast on those remnants with great ecstasy. While sitting up, while lying down, I will constantly meditate on your lotus feet. Whenever you call, I will immediately run up to you and dance in rapture. I will never think of my own maintenance, but rather remain transported by a multitude of ecstasies. Bhakti Vinod accepts you as his only support. So this bhajan is in Bengali, and it is a prayer to the Supreme Lord. So we'll sing this bhajan right now. Yes? Sarvasva tomar charane sampiya Ode chito mara ghare Sarvasva tomar sampiya Tumko thakur tomara kuku Boliya jana hamare Boli thakur tomara kuku Boliya jana hamare Sarvasva tomar charane sampiya tomar ghare bandiya nikate amare palibe prohibo tomar dware bandiya nikate Jane re asite na devo akhibo godher pare sarvasva toma charane sampiya ore chito mar ghare Jana prasad seviya Chishta rakhi bejahan Chishta rakhi bejahan Amara bhojana paramanande Prati dina habitaha Sarvasva tomar charane sampiya Ode chito mar ghare Sarvasva tomar সতত আমি নাচিতে নাচিতে নিকটে যাইব কখন ডাকিবে তুমি নাচিতে নাচিতে নিকটে যাইব কখন ডাকিবে তুমি সর্বস্ব তোমার চরণে সম্প্রিয় পেছি তোমার ঘরে সর্বস্ব তোমার নিজের পোষণ প্রভু না ভাবিব রহিব ভাবের ভোরে ভক্তি বিনোদ তোমারে পালক বলিয়া বরণ করে शशांक तुम्हारे पालक बोलिया वरण करे शशांक तुम्हारे पालक Hare Krishna. So the last line is where I think most of us would agree that he would also would have wanted to sing that, my dear Lord, this is Shashanka here. I consider you to be my palaka, my maintainer, and I'm simply waiting for you to tell me what I should be doing. Isn't it? So most of us believe that the Supreme Lord has blessed our Shashanka Prabhu. Yes. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chaksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in ISKCON, we accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna himself. So he manifested in this world about 500 years ago as a young man of 24 years. He had to take sannyas and he moved to Jagannath Puri. All of his old friends and family most of his friends and family had to stay back in Bengal, which is some distance from Jagannath Puri. Every year, these friends and family would travel from Bengal to Orissa, from Sri Mayapur and other places around Mayapur to Jagannath Puri. The merchant of the name, or a wealthy man of the name Shivananda Sen, who was also very dedicated to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, would help make all arrangements to travel to Jagannath Puri. On one such occasion, he found that there was a little puppy, a little dog, who got attracted to the people, or who accompanied the people traveling from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. And Shivananda Sen, he felt that this little puppy was finding it very enjoyable being in their company. So he accepted the little puppy as one of the members of that group. Now they had to cross rivers on their journey, and typically they had to pay for every single member that crossed across while taking a boat. So the boatman refused to take the puppy along. So he asked the boatman, why is that? So he said, because I do not take anyone across for free. So Shivananda Sen said that I will pay whatever is the required, the rent or the ticket cost to take him across too. He said, since this is a puppy, it would cost extra. So Shivananda Sen paid extra money to take the puppy across. So the puppy was traveling along with them for quite a few days. And after a few days of travel, when they were like just a day's travel away from Jagannath Puri, Shivananda Sen got separated from the group, trying to take care of certain modalities about that tour. He had to deal with some local administrative people. So he got separated from the group. So by the time he comes back to the camp, it's night. Everyone's taken food and they've gone up to sleep. His close friends are awake, his servants are awake, waiting for him. So he comes in and they lay the dinner in front of him. So he asks, did everyone eat? They said yes. Did the puppy eat? And everyone was unaware, because they did not pay attention to the puppy. So Shivananda Sen said that if you do not confirm whether the puppy has eaten or not, it's dinner. I will fast till then. Well, no one had any idea about the puppy, whether the puppy had its dinner or not. And they couldn't even find the puppy. So the news spread, the camp woke up, and in the middle of the night, or let's say in the darkness of the night, everyone was looking around to see if the puppy was there with their group, but the puppy was not there. So Shivananda Sen was devastated. He fasted. He felt that it was his responsibility to take care of the needs of everyone in that group, and he had to do prashchitta, he had to repent. So he decided to fast. He couldn't stop himself or the others from going any further, because they had a purpose of that journey. They had to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all of them continued on the journey. The next day, when they reached Jagannath Puri and they met up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to their surprise, they find that very puppy about 3 or 4 feet away from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was that very puppy. Maybe the puppy got wings in the night. Maybe the Supreme Lord sent Vaikunthayan, Vaikuntha airplane, something happened. The puppy is there in Jagannath Puri. And Lord Chaitanya has an open coconut, green coconut, which has been, it's open. And he's taking out the kernel, the soft pulp of the coconut. He's taking it out slowly and is offering it to the puppy to eat. So Shivanand Sen is the most relieved and happy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is offering that's pieces of that green coconut to that puppy, and he's saying, Bolo, Bolo, Krishna Bolo, Ram Bolo, Hari Bolo. And the puppy goes in its puppy voice, and everyone feels that the puppy is saying Krishna, Ram, Hari. The next day, the puppy is nowhere to be seen. So a few people informed them that they saw an amazing scene. They saw a beautiful plane come down to Sri Jagannath Puri from the skies. And they see that puppy climb onto that plane and fly off. So the members of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's troop, their belief was that the puppy had gone back to Vaikuntha Loka. What is interesting is that no one had any idea that this day, when they would see the puppy with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, would be the last day of the puppy's life on this earthly planetary system. And then they were all very, very jubilant, and they felt very happy to see the Lord's mercy manifest in this way. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that whenever one takes up to any spiritual practice for self-realization, that attempt is always rewarded. The Lord's reward is always there. However, our attempt is what helps us achieve that reward. So many times we may feel that, why doesn't the Lord reward everyone? So the Lord is rewarding everyone. Yes, the rewards are out there. When we attempt to reach out and accept that reward of mercy in whatever form, then we receive it. Yeah. I did meet Shashank Prabhu some years back at a program. And Vivek was also there. Malika was there. Tanya was also there. So I met the doctors, the doctor families coming there. Ishika was there. Shivali was there. They were young, little. After that, whenever I would come to Pittsburgh and we would have programs, we would meet at least once. And typically, I would always say, I would address him as Dr. Saab. As I do address, he also says, Dr. Saab, kya chal raha hai? And after the lecture, because, when I'm giving the lecture, then I have to speak about philosophy. However, after the lecture, we generally speak about what's happening in life, which is interesting. There would be inquiries. In fact, sometimes I would have more inquiries about philosophy from Tanya and Malika, but not as much from Vivek and Shashank. And it's not that they were not inquisitive. It was just that I felt that talking about life is also important, and they could relate to it too. And it was good to have people like that around yourself. One of those meetings, I came to a house here. He showed me, I got talking to him about him growing up. Where from in India? I think he talked about his grandmother. Did he? He showed me a picture of
Hare Krishna.
Just Ram.
Oh, Ram, yeah, the whole picture and Ram.
Did you? It was you that आपने किया था? वो राम लिखा था, राम राम से आपके relative हैं. तो his aunt, right?
Shri Ram. I was also there that day.
Shri Ram, you were also here.
Showed that, it was made with color pencil.
Yeah, calligraphy,
Yeah.
basically. And thinking of it right now, it's interesting to see how he felt very much connected to that, an entire tradition.
He's actually, the last few months, he's been writing that too.
He's been doing that?
Yeah.
So it shows his connect to this traditional practices, a tradition that he belongs to, the faith that he comes from, the trust that he has in that faith, in that culture, in that tradition. Many times our strengths are reflected through many generations. What strength we have is reflected through so many generations of people that we connect with. So today, I feel that he, as a person, is a very kind human being, definitely. He is also a very dutiful and loving son. He is a very considerate and very affectionate husband, very faithful. He had a lot of pride in what his daughters were doing. I would ask him, how are the girls? And he would tell typical Indian background, right? So about their grades and about their achievements. Ishika is Manda's grade and how did she do previously? And then he would always say that, I would ask, so what's next for her? And he would always say, whatever she desires. So his open-mindedness, his trust on them, because of their personalities and also the upbringing that he had offered them as a father, and he and Malika together as parents, what they had offered them, reflected through that. And we can see, most of you all have also given testimony to the fact that this is what was expressed by them at that ceremony. So he is done well on all aspects. And it is all, his achievements, it is all his glory. And his passing away also shows that he also was very much committed towards his spiritual ideals. That's a wholesome life. I also feel that in his adult life, a lot of his strength came from the three ladies in his life, his wife and his two daughters. He felt very strong because of them. So all of that has gone into making him such a wonderful person. As a doctor, he was always considerate. I would ask him, once or twice, I would address him as Gudakesh ji. Gudakesh means someone who's conquered sleep. What's your schedule nowadays? So finally, when he did make the move, as I asked him, what's your schedule? So he said, I have a surprise for you. Now I sleep. I try and sleep. So then I asked him, then what about all the roads that you travel on? Because there would be stories about how the travel was taking a toll on his health and also his family. They were also worried about it. His long hours of work or his odd hours of work. I said, what about that then? Where's the fun? He said, I've had enough fun. Now I want another kind of fun in life. So he made that move. So he was a very soft-spoken gentleman, very soft-spoken, and very approachable. And he would always, you always felt very comfortable with him, very comfortable. In the sense that you did not feel you had to go out of your way to have a discussion when he's around. We believe in the Vaishnava philosophy. And not only are we sure that he is in a very blessed situation right now, we also believe that as our gratitude to him and also our duty towards him, we continue to celebrate his life and his achievements. And we continue to try and live up to the ideals that he would always hold high in his life. There is, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, there is a saying that Vaishnavas always are living. There's an entire poetry. However, the gist of that is that the devotees of the Lord always live. When they have a physical body, they live through their life achievements. And when they no longer have a physical body, then they live through the glorifications that people remember about their life's achievements. So in their life, they're always singing and glorifying the Lord. And when they are not in our physical presence, then the song of, or their song of glorification of the Lord is remembered. So in this way, they are always living. So we simply offer our sincere prayers to the Supreme Lord that he do what he does best. And the Lord always is the best at giving shelter. He's always the best at showering mercy. And he is always the best in doing what is right for us. So we take shelter of such a wonderful Supreme Lord, and we offer our prayers unto him, seeking further guidance and strength from him. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Can we take a couple questions?
Would there be anything, any questions
You
or
have
any
questions?
any other reflections? Somebody can ask me कि प्रभु जी आप कहाँ से आ रहे हो? हाँ, कौन? Who's going to ask me that?
क्या चल रहा है?
That's Shashank. कहाँ से आ रहे हो प्रभु जी? That is also Shashank. Think so.
I saw you.
Yeah.
Right. और ये जो आप करते हैं, ये जो फॉलो करते हैं, इससे आपको क्या मिलता है? How do you?
आपके जैसे लोगों से मिलने का
शशांक की बात बताएं।
हाँ, शशांक, right.
इससे ये जो कर रहे हो प्रैक्टिस, इससे क्या फायदा हो रहा है तुमको?
Strangely enough, हमें कभी नहीं पूछा. Can stop.
Yeah. Okay. Can we do short people? 10, 10, 15 minutes?
Sign to
10 minutes?
Okay.
Got that.